morning, everyone. How you guys doing today? How are you guys doing today? Sweet. I have a friend. His name is Caleb. And getting out of his comfort zone was hard. So anytime he got asked, hey, what are you doing at this point? Hey, do you want to go to the gym? Hey, do you want to go get some food? His excuse was that, hey, I've got chicken in the crock pot. And it made it look weird. But what he was trying to do was ensure that his happiness was not taken from him. That may sound weird, right? How can someone's happiness be taken by leaving the chicken in the crock pot? But there are a few things I want to hit on today, which I've noticed within 3 years of being in America, and it's happiness and social media. That's my topic. I hit the same light. So, our generation tends to find happiness on what people say about them and what people like, what people have to like, the opinions people give. And it's kind of scary because coming from a culture where I never knew the word fat was a big thing and was known as body shaming. I got here and I make jokes about like people being fat, and it didn't go well for me. But that was because most people got mad because they couldn't accept who they were. I was lanky growing up, and I got made fun of many times. Like someone told me one time that one day the breeze is going to blow and I'm going to disappear. And it hurt me, but at the same time I knew that there was nothing I could do about it. That was how I was made. And I'm embracing that person and showing the world that it doesn't matter what you think about me, it matters what I think about myself. The picture I paint for you is what you're going to use in judging me. And most times when we don't get the attention we need from people, it leads us to depression. My culture, we never spoke about depression. It was never a thing. It was, in fact, if you were depressed and you told your dad you were depressed, like, it was like, you're stupid. You don't have anything going on in your life. Like, you don't have kids. You don't do nothing. And I would, like, die inside because I had 3 sisters. Lord help me. I had 3 sisters who were, like, I don't know if anyone had, like, sisters before and, like, lived with ladies and, like, they get mad over certain stuff. And you try to, like, apologize, and they're like, I don't want you to apologize. I want you to argue with me. We need to talk it out. And it led to, like, different stages, and I was like, I love my sisters, but, like, that, they're pissing me off. And my dad would be like, they're just girls. Love them. Treat them nice. Give them what they want. Give them your share of the meat. And it just, like, made me feel sad. But learning to just sit back and understand that depression is real, and it takes a lot of like sitting down to like think and reflect, what takes my happiness from me? Is it my relationships? Is it the ones that are like the closest to me, that are hurting me the most? I chose a weird major in college because of love. Weird love. It was weird. I was in class one day in elementary school. We call it primary school, but I think you guys call it elementary school here. I wanted to become a DJ. I wanted to host parties. I wanted to like be the popping guy. And I'm an introvert basically. But I wanted to be the happening guy. And there was this girl in class. She was so cute that anytime I got to class in the morning, I would like go wipe her chair and make sure that she was comfy. And we sat like, they were asking in class that day. Teacher got to class and was like, yo, what do you want to be? What do you want to be? And me and my friends had discussed it out, like the bro code. We were discussed it out like, oh, he said he was going to be a business guy. And I was like, I'm going to be a DJ. We're going to roll in the future. Teacher went around, was asking, and he gets to this girl. And he asks her, like, what do you want to be in future? And she goes, chemical engineer. I was like, oh shoot, I'm about to fail my guys. And he walks up to me and he goes to my guys and he goes there, like, what do you want to be? And he goes, business. What do you want to be? He said it, and he came to me and I went, I want to be a chemical engineer. And everyone looked at me and was like, bro, we know you want to become a DJ. And I'm like, bro, you don't understand. I started struggling at that point because of love, someone who never knew I liked them. I was feeling down inside because I wanted to meet standards. So I went to college back in Nigeria. I started like 2 years of college, and in high school, I couldn't cope with chemistry. I didn't like it. But I was like, I can't give up engineering because I like this girl and I'm going to see her in the future at some point. And I started like civil engineering. And to be honest with you, I failed. Woefully. I failed. And just to find out one day while scrolling through social media that she was studying public speaking. Like she switched to public speaking. And I was like, oh, that's how you're going to do me on? Like, you're just going to throw my heart in the toilet and just flush it? And at that moment, I sat back and thought about my life, and I was like, oh, man, it doesn't take anything to be depressed. You may think you have to be in severe pain, but I ain't going to lie, it takes nothing. It may be the last conversation you just had with someone. It may be the fact that you don't have water in your community. Coming off of that, coming out of depression, I had to make a choice. I had to be determined. I made up my mind that I was going to do something in life that was going to make me feel good. Apparently, in the African setting, your parents never want you to become an artist. It's not part of the plan. My dad is like, you will become a doctor someday, you will become a pharmacist, you will become this, you will become that. And I'm like, Dad, I just want to sing. I just want to have fun with a mic. SM58 is my favorite mic, and I want to just sing with it every time. And he's an accountant, and he goes not in my house. My father did not allow me to do what I want to do. And it hurt me so bad, but I didn't have a choice. I came to America and started studying business. And I found my ground in doing music, and up to today, my dad doesn't know I do music. I want to let you guys in on something. The world today doesn't just run on education. It runs on your skills. It runs on what you have to offer. Check most artists, check most guys who do things they're talented in right now. They started something way different from what they had back in school. But that's not because they didn't want to build it back then, but because the system is built in a way that you need to go to school. And without education, you're nothing, basically, because the world is moving forward. But I want you guys to know that your skills are important. While you're studying, develop your skill on the side. And make sure that at the end of the day, you smile. And I always encourage parents anytime I see them, talk with your kids. Find out what hurts them the most. Find out what's deep down, what they want to be. And that's going to bring me to the slide where it just shows the discussions parents have with their teenage children. And it's so weird because they discuss more about grades. There's no depression. There's no happiness. They tell you about politics. Trump and Obama tell you about relationships. Your boyfriend in school tell you about school grades. Oh, bro, bring me back an A, except you're not coming back into my house. Tell you about religion. Tell you about birds and bees and sex. And where's the depression talk? Where's that what actually gives you joy? And it may hurt because, yeah, daddy's not telling me this, mommy's not telling me that. But teenagers are like arrogant bees. They smile with you, but deep down inside, they know what they want to become. And like it or not, you guys are going to leave mama's house. You guys are going to leave daddy's house one day. But mom and dad have to trust you with one thing, which is, I've taught them well, but then you have to struggle with the fact that you were not told this is how life is going to be. And this is how tough they had it while growing up. One quick story. I was in primary school, elementary school, my final year, and my first semester, because we had 3 semesters back in Nigeria, my first semester, I came out third in class. And I came back home with so much joy. My dad tells me, he tells me, so those who had first and second, do they have 2 heads? And that broke me, but that motivated me at some point to go back and study. I went back, I put in a lot of work into it, and I came out second the next semester. Came back home with so much joy. My dad destroys my spirit. He tells me, those who came first, like the person who came first, how many heads does he have? I was like, oh shoot, I don't know what I'm going to do. And I went back to school for my last semester, and I studied so hard, but guess what I came out with? Anyone? I came out with 3rd. And I came out 5th overall, but 3rd for that semester. And I got home. My dad wouldn't even talk to me. And this was a class of close to 15 people who were brilliant, massive, their brains blew my mind. But I had to deal with the fact that you can't not please everyone and get it right. What hurts you might please another person, and what pleases you might hurt another person. And one thing I want to let you know on the quote about life is, before I run away, one thing about life I want to let you know is, life is like family feud. It does not give you only one option. But an answer will always be worth more or less than the other. Pick what makes you happy, and pick wisely. Thank you very much.